Hello there and welcome to episode 1 of Rebuilding WWE. Kind of a spiritual sequel to my old rebranding WWE save. But from this we are taking WWE from today. This episode comes out the day it's scheduled in real life, the day of the Raw after Wrestlemania. And that's the same day this is set. We've had 2 nights of WrestleMania. Honestly, they were a lot more fun than I anticipated them being. But it's time to see if we can roll off that success, because we've had good Manias before. That doesn't always mean what follows is good. So we're going to try and make what follows as good. Of course, as it is Raw after Mania, we are staying in Texas. Specifically staying in Austin in the Ludecki Arena. We were hoping to sell it out. It's Raw after Mania, busy crowd, international crowd. Let's hope it's a bit hot then. Let's move on to see what are we doing to open up this start of a brand new season. And well, he was on the thumbnail. He's the big shock from the weekend. Well, shock in air quotes. Cody Rhodes back in WWE. And he is going to be opening Raw with an open mic. He's going to talk about returning. He's going to talk about what he wants to do in WWE. How he wants to win the world title because he was never able to do it elsewhere. He's always known eventually he was going to have to come and prove himself in the WWE. And now is the time where that has to happen. 66 opening promo. It's what it is. Cody's a pretty decent mic skill, so you know I was happy giving him a mic for this. I do hope he gets a bit better though, or maybe we might need to give him someone to work with. 66 rating, and we open up the first match of this new season. Is a tag team match as Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins team up to defeat Los Mysterios. When Seth Rollins pins Dominic with the curb stomp. Dominic was, as you'd expect, the weak link of this match. A lot of big stars in this match. You know, Rollins was in the Cody match. Owens was in the main event against Austin. Which is honestly still unbelievable that both Austin and Vince McMahon wrestled this weekend. This WrestleMania was wild. 70 rating though, pretty good stuff, and it starts a story about a world champion, which will get explained here. There's going to be we are bringing back the big gold belt, as both titles are currently on Roman Reigns on SmackDown. Raw needs a champion, and to get that, we are bringing back big gold. There's going to be an 8-man tournament. We've got. I'll drip feed you the match who's in the tournament when you need to, but just know Cody, Rollins, Owens and Rey Mysterio are all involved in this tournament. So that's why it continued in that last match. 53 though from Adam Pearce. He's the general manager of Raw, and that's now an official title. He is the general manager of Raw only. He's not on SmackDown. 53 rating though. We then get a 68 as Becky Lynch is cutting a backstage promo, and she introduces Piper Niven and Nikki Cross. Not Doudrop and Nikki ASH, this is Piper Niven and Nikki Cross. And Becky Lynch announced the formation of the Celtic Connection, which is her way of getting back to the women's title she believes she was screwed out of. There was no screwy finish. Becky's a heel though. She's gonna try and claim that there was. 68 though, pretty good promo work from all three actually. All three had time on the mic in this. And yes, this is our new women's stable, the Celtic Connection. After the kind of ending of the Edge vs AJ match, we get a tag team match here, as Edge and Damian Priest team up to take on AJ Styles and Finn Balor. And it's Damian Priest who picks up the pin pinning AJ Styles with the South of Heaven, not the Crossroads, Reckoning, whatever it's called. But he hits the South of Heaven, which is sort of like a drilled suplex, after Mustafa Ali runs in to attack AJ Styles. Priest was the weak link, but still a pretty good performance all around. Gets a 71. And after the match, Edge, Priest and Ali all beat down Balor and Styles together. The demonic versus the cultic is the story. And this, because the faction I'm naming, Edge, Priest and Ali, I am naming them the Occult. It's a simple name, pretty good. I think it suits them. It's quite a dark gimmick, and Mustafa Ali is back. We're actually giving him something to do. He's not just sitting at home anymore. We're actually giving him a character, and he's going to be this heel lackey. Admittedly, it's not a great character, but it's better than sitting at home doing nothing. 61 rating. Mr. McMahon comes to the ring, and he is accompanied by Austin Theory. And he introduces Theory as the future of WWE. And he is interrupted by a good bit of Lemmy plays. Time to play the game. Triple H comes to the ring. Of course, Triple H, famously as the runner of NXT, as the hairbringer of the future of WWE. And he brings out, and he looks at Austin Theory, and he's like, Austin, you're good. You're very good. And you know, Vince clearly seems to like you. But you're not the future of the WWE. The future of the WWE is this man right here. Former NXT champion, Bron Breakker. Breakker comes to the ring. And we get this little stare-off between Theory and Breakker. This is going to be a long storyline, drawn out. And this is more over the ideology of the future of the business. Theory versus Breakker. Vince versus Triple H. 75 rating, great. I think that's our best segment so far. Tag team match as the Celtic Connections, Nikki Cross and Piper Niven, pick up a victory over NXT stars Amari Miller and Ava Valkyrie. Of course, Ava Valkyrie being Irish herself, Celtic. So, interesting sort of dynamic there. And it's Piper Niven who pins Amari Miller with the Michinoku driver. Gets a 40 rating. Continues the Celtic Connection storyline, but loses heat, which is a little disappointing. And that's something we wanted to see. Whoa, I didn't... Oh, is Logan Paul genuinely our best mic guy? Oh no. But Logan Paul came out and cut a promo on The Miz. The Miz, of course, turned on Logan. So Logan is actually sticking around after Mania in this save. He cuts this promo on The Miz, calling The Miz out for ego. And that The Miz sees Logan is actually the big star that Miz claims he is. And Logan just runs on the mic, runs down The Miz for about 5 minutes, and says that next week he'll be back. And he wants to see The Miz face to face. 92 rating. Another return here as Asuka comes back and takes on Amelia McKenzie. Asuka actually makes McKenzie look particularly strong, which is great stuff. And they have great chemistry as well. You know, when Amelia comes up to the main roster, that might be a potential feud. But gets a 55 rating. Pretty good stuff. Asuka looks obviously strong. Spin kick for the win. And after the match, I noticed that Triple H thinks. And after the match, Asuka calls out Bianca Belair. Asuka has had enough of sitting on the sidelines, watching everyone else get their dues. Asuka believes it's time for her chime. It's Asuka time. Nobody is ready for the Empress of tomorrow. No. Nobody is ready for the Empress of today. Asuka's always been about the future. This is now where Asuka goes there and says she is the now. 73 rating. Great stuff. Veer Mahan. Raw after Mania. He was promised to be on the Raw after Mania. We're delivering on that promise. And he gets a squash match against R-Truth. Of all people. Rather than give him a jobber, because what's the point in beating a jobber? We gave him R-Truth. I know I've literally just had 2 women's matches featuring NXT talent. But they're NXT talent, not actual local jobbers. But Veer Mahan picks up the win. Doesn't seem to have a finisher. Maybe after actual Raw after Mania we can give him one. Because I don't know what his finisher is. It's as simple as that. He doesn't have a finisher. 37 rating though is pretty good stuff. For a comedy jobber who's somehow ironically getting a push. Sort of a mid-card feud, but to get Gable Steveson on the card. And it's Chad Gable backstage, and they approach Gable Steveson, Otis behind him. And Chad says he wants to teach Gable Steveson. What happened at WrestleMania was a misunderstanding. Chad wants to teach Gable how to be the best WWE superstar he can be. Gable Steveson is the best version of Chad Gable. But under Chad Gable's tutelage, Gable Steveson could be the greatest Olympian to ever walk through the WWE. Obviously playing homage to Kurt Angle there, but that is the level which Gable believes that Gable could be. This is going to get very confusing. And Steveson doesn't talk. He shouldn't talk, at least he has spoken. But Gable Steveson is not the most charismatic of individuals. So we need to find a way to boost that up first before we get him chatting. Gets a 48 rating though. Pretty alright stuff for what is going to be essentially a mid-card feud to start us off. RK Bro having a WrestleMania celebration. They've got a room backstage which they have converted into a little party room. Got streamers, everything. And MVP walked in with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. All in their suits. Full on Hurt Business attire. No Lashley. But this is full on. But the rest of them in their Hurt Business attire. Because Lashley's kind of a babyface now. Kind of away from them. And they sit there and they just go. They just look at RK Bro and they look at all the celebrations happening around. And MVP just goes, congratulations. You beat Alpha Academy. You beat the Street Profits. You beat Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, who aren't even officially a tag team. But you've reached your end now. It's time for my boys, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, to show you exactly where you actually stand. Because from the highest of highs, the only way is down. And as you can see, I've actually named the story The Highest of Highs. Multiple puns in there. You can work out what they are. We get... that disappoints me. It's a match which I'd love for the commentators to play up the importance of this match. They wouldn't in real life. But it is a shame they don't click. Because this concept of the face of New Japan's junior division versus the face of Dragon Gate's junior division for so long, face fighting each other, is an interesting wrestling story. So, it's not probably going to happen in actual WWE. But it's really annoying that they don't click. But Kushida is on the main roster. Picks up a victory over Akira Tozawa. With the Kushida lock, gets a 44 rating. Pretty decent stuff. And Seth Rollins cuts a promo saying that, You know what? He wants to move on from Mania. He doesn't care about Cody anymore. He is ready to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. And show why, you know, Seth beat Roman Reigns at the Rumble. Might have been by DQ, but Seth still won that match. The record book shows Seth Rollins won. So, there shouldn't even be a tournament. It should just be the title awarded to Seth Rollins. I mean, that's how the World Heavyweight title started originally. It was awarded to Triple H. But no, I've got to go through this whole tournament. And I don't want to do that. I don't want that. But I'm going to have to. Because that's what I have to do for this company. I put out every single week to show you why this is Monday Night Rollins. And I will be the champion to prove that. 71, good promo from Seth. We get a video from the wedding of Reggie and Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke's coming down the aisle. Reggie's at the altar. And just as the vow is about to go, Reggie rolls up Dana Brooke, and it's revealed that the vicar is actually a referee, has a referee shirt underneath. 1, 2, 3. Reggie wins the 24/7 title and leaves Dana Brooke at the altar. Dana Brooke just starts breaking down, crying. Really dick move from Reggie. He's 24/7 title champion again. And we can continue this sort of semi-manipulative, gaslighting Reggie storyline. It could be quite... It's a different style of character. He's a more relatable heel, I guess. Because a lot of people have experienced somebody like that in their lives. So they probably find it a lot easier to despise him. And we find out that Adam Pearce comes out and announces that tonight's main event will be the first tournament match in this tournament to crown the World Heavyweight Champion. And it will be NXT Champion Dolph Ziggler versus Tommaso Ciampa. And, you know what, the match wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, which is a little shame, but goes 21 minutes, and Tommaso Ciampa defeats Dolph Ziggler with Project Ciampa to get through to the semi-finals of the World Heavyweight title tournament. Continues the new World Champion storyline, 59 overall. That's probably going to negatively affect the show quite a bit. It doesn't actually that bad. It's a 71 overall, which is pretty average. Loses up in 9, down in 9. But I don't care about the rating. I want to know what you guys thought. Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to see the future of this series. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.